Hello everyone and welcome to the Wired community. My name is Manish and in this video I will discuss a few very important government schemes which can be asked in the MBA entrance exams like CUET, XAT and CMAT. So if you are new to the channel, do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you receive all the notifications as and when we post any video. Also, you will get all the latest updates related to any MBA entrance exam that is there. So let's get started. Government schemes are an essential part of any competitive exam, more so the MBA entrance exams. So the 5 schemes which have been recently in news due to one reason or the other and are otherwise also important, we are going to discuss here. The first one is PM Kusum. So PM Kusum means Pradhan Mantri Kisan Urja Suraksha Evam Utthan Mahabhiyan. Kisan Urja Suraksha means farmers' energy security, and Utthan Mahabhiyan means for their upliftment. So to give farmers energy security and to uplift them. Now, how is energy security going to be given to the farmers? By solar water pumps. So solar water pumps are going to be installed in the fields, and when those solar water pumps are not functional, the solar panels are already there and they keep generating electricity, and that electricity can be sold by the farmer into the grid and the farmer can earn money from that. This is what the government is calling farmerpreneur, or turning the farmers into agripreneurs. That means with the help of those solar panels, when the motor is working, it's fine. When the motor is not working, the panels keep generating electricity, and that electricity can be sold by the farmers into the grid and they can earn money from it. So PM Kisan or PM Kusum scheme was started for these two purposes: to give energy security to the farmers and to make them agripreneurs or farmerpreneurs. Also, the idea is to contribute to India's commitment to increasing its share of installed capacity of electric power from non-fossil fuel sources to 40% by 2030 as part of its nationally determined contribution. So India has committed at the global stage, that is the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, that India will have 50% of its total installed capacity in electricity from non-fossil fuel based sources. Initially it was 40%, but in 2021 it was upgraded to 50%. So that means if in 2030 we have, let us say, 1000 gigawatt of installed electric capacity, out of that at least 500 gigawatts is going to be generated from non-fossil based sources, and PM Kusum scheme can actually be contributor to that. The central financial assistance and state government support are going to be essential components of this scheme, and the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, MNRE, is going to be the nodal ministry. So this is really important. What is the full form of the scheme? This is the first fact you should know. Secondly, what is India's commitment? That is 50% by 2030. Number 3, what is the nodal ministry of this scheme? That is the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. And these are the important facts. In which particular section of the community is targeted? That is farmers. So they can simply ask you what is the nodal ministry of PM Kusum scheme, in which year was the scheme launched, or which section of beneficiaries is targeted by the PM Kusum scheme, the questions like that. Then there is another scheme, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. So this scheme was launched by the government in 2014 on 15th August. So the first Independence Day of the new government in 2014, this scheme was launched, and as the name suggests, Jan Dhan Yojana, that means for the people. This is a scheme that's going to make them financially inclusive. So this scheme was aimed at providing a bank account to each and every adult individual of India. And until that time, the banking penetration in India was less than 50%, and in 2024 it stands above 90%. So this scheme was recently in news because by December 2023, a record 50 crore bank accounts have been opened in India under this scheme. And why it is such a big deal? Because in a country that is 142 crore in population, 50 crore bank accounts have been opened in the last 9.5 years, and these accounts are of those people who did not have any other account earlier. So it's not like I have another bank account and I can open a Jan Dhan account. This cannot happen. These 50 crore people are those people who earlier did not have any other bank account. So that means the government has been successfully able to bring 50 crore people into the financial net through these accounts. And building upon this success is the Aadhaar linkage and also the direct benefits transfer, that is DBT, the direct benefits transfer. So whatever revolution in electric payments, in e-payments, whatever revolution in digital India we are witnessing today, or the UPI, that is the Unified Payments Interface that we are witnessing today, is largely because of the Jan Dhan Yojana. Because if there were no bank accounts, where would the people receive or send their money from? So this was the first essential step to making India financially inclusive, that each and every person should have their own bank account. And it's not only a bank account that the citizens get, they also get an insurance, they also get cash credit availability, right? So for opening a Jan Dhan account, you should be an Indian citizen. That's the first priority. Second, even kids under 10 years old can have a joint Jan Dhan account with their parents. They can have a joint Jan Dhan account, right? So earlier the age limit was up to 60 years, but now even if you're up to 65 years, you can still have a Jan Dhan account. So 50 crore accounts is a major achievement. Third important scheme is the midday meal scheme. Although this scheme is occasionally in news for the wrong reasons, but the impact that it has had on two major things. Number one, in ensuring the school attendance of all the socioeconomically disadvantaged children in India. And number two, in ensuring their nutritional security, is unparalleled in the world. Under this particular scheme, in over 13 lakh schools of India, in over 13 lakh schools, over 12 crore children eat hot cooked meal every single day of their school. And this has not only increased their school attendance, which is one of the objectives, but it has also ensured their nutritional security, which was the second outcome. So these are the twin objectives of this scheme, the midday meal scheme. So I think it has to a very large extent met these two objectives, making India or India's human capital much more capable in terms of healthcare and in terms of education. So it's a Government of India program. That means it's a center government scheme, and it mostly runs in the elementary schools, in which cooked lunch is provided to the students. Tamil Nadu was the first state in India to introduce this scheme, right? So Saurashtra Boys Higher Secondary School in Madurai was the first school where such a scheme was implemented in 1955, and it took a lot of time for it to become a pan-India scheme. In 2001, the Supreme Court asked all the state governments to begin this program in their schools within 6 months, and this scheme has actually increased the number of school-going children, right? Recently it was in news because the center government announced that an additional 24 lakh students receiving pre-primary education in government or government aided schools would also be included. So that is, pre-primary means at the crèche level, the children who are below 6 years of age are now also covered under this scheme. That means from 0 to 14 years of age, approximately 12 crore children in India have hot cooked meal, and that's what we call the midday meal scheme. Now it is under the Ministry of Education. So this is the nodal ministry, and the name of the umbrella scheme has been changed to PM Poshan. Poshan stands for nutrition. So its full form is Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman. So it's a very good scheme, and it's a scheme of which examples are quoted in various countries of the world. Another important scheme, which is in a totally different setup, is the Startup India program. So the Startup India program was announced on 15th August 2015 from the Red Fort, but it was launched on 16th of January 2016, the day that we now commemorate as the National Startup Day. 16th of January. So a startup is basically a business which is just getting started. To promote such startups, and I quote one of the statements by the Prime Minister here, that we do not want only to be the job providers, we want to create job creators. And that is what Startup India is all about. That's about giving entrepreneurs an opportunity to become change agents and to give jobs to the people and to contribute to the economy as well as the society. So entrepreneurs, what do they need? They need funding. They need hand-holding. Hand-holding in the sense they need expert advice. They need credit availability. They need market. There is a plenty of market in India. So funding is provided under this program. Hand-holding and expert advice is provided under this program through various incubation centers across universities and educational institutions. And this Startup India program has proved to be such a success that as of 2023, there are 100 plus unicorns in India. So a unicorn is a startup whose valuation exceeds $1 billion. So out of those 100 unicorns, the most famous are Flipkart, Lenskart, Byju's, Unacademy, Oyo, Ola, Zomato, Swiggy. All these are startups in India which has started in the last 10 to 15 years, and they have grown on to become unicorns. And this figure is ever growing. Like Zepto is one of the latest startups to become a unicorn. So Startup India program has contributed billions of dollars to Indian economy, and it has generated millions of jobs. For example, all the delivery boys and girls of all these e-commerce firms and these food delivery firms, they have got jobs because of this startup ecosystem. So this is a scheme that has brought a lot of change on the ground, not only for economy, but also for the society of India. And then we have another scheme, Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Ayushman literally means long live or long age. So Ayushman Bharat is India's umbrella healthcare scheme, and it shot into prominence following the COVID-19 pandemic. So Ayushman Bharat scheme has successfully, to a large extent, displayed the ability to have the kind of scale that is required for a scheme in India. For example, recently it was in news because 5 crore hospital admissions have been secured under the Ayushman Bharat Abhiyan. 5 crore hospital admissions. Which is such an achievement, and over 70,000 crore rupees worth of government subsidy has been disbursed to various beneficiaries. So otherwise this 70,000 crore would have been an out-of-pocket expenditure for these poor and socioeconomically underprivileged people. So the way this scheme has helped millions of people in India, in their healthcare needs is something amazing. Again, a lot of more needs to be not done. These are just 5 crore hospital admissions. We need to cover approximately 80 to 90 crore people in this particular net. And that of course is also going to happen very soon. So the nodal ministry is the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And in 2020, the digital component was added, making it Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, ABDM. So on Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, you can have an app where you can access, almost everything that is there in healthcare. You can access affordable insurance, affordable medicines under the Jan Arogya Kendras. You can consult a doctor over video conferencing, and there are a lot more things that you can do on the digital version of the app. In fact, the vaccination campaign during COVID-19 was also coordinated by Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. And now each and every citizen of India has their own unique health identification, or UHID, which is a single point database for collecting all the health related information of every Indian citizen, which is again linked to Aadhaar. So it is this kind of system, which is akin to the system followed in most of the developed countries, that we have taken this healthcare scheme to. So these were the 5 important schemes and some important facts about them. If you like this video, do hit the bell icon, do like this video, and if you want to crack the top MBA colleges in just one attempt, personalized approach matters a lot. Guidance can make the difference between day and night. And if you want such guidance, if you want to be a part of the WIRE community, check out the link in the description below. You won't be disappointed. Thank you so much and take care.